So guys, this is part 2 of our twins being born. So I probably should go over what I can and can't record in the hospital. So they got signs up everywhere saying that you're not allowed to record or voice record in the hospital. And after checking with a few staff, you're not allowed to record any staff members or any procedures in progress. So that meant that I couldn't film the birth, which is a bit silly because some people actually get professional photographers and videographers to do their filming of the birth. So I guess that rule just goes out the window if you're paying for it. But it did mean that I was allowed to take a lot of photos of the birth. But I couldn't record it. Alright guys, let's get on with it.
We had our babies.
Yeah. So twin A came at 4:29 and twin B came at 4:33.
It kind of went from, like me complaining that it's, what's happening. It's
taking too long.
My contractions haven't been strong or going for long. So, we weren't sure how things are going. But then twin A's heart rate was going low, quite low. And they're saying that normally happens when he
indicator.
And I was also feeling really nauseous, and they said that's another indicator. So they checked, and I was 10 centimeters. So then they just got everyone in here.
Talking about something like 15-20 minutes to get all the equipment in here, and then everyone here. There was something like 15 people in the room.
Yeah.
So everyone tells you there's going to be a lot of people in the room, but yeah, it's like 15
I wasn't
people.
Prepared for it. Even after, every single person we've seen today has said there's going to be so many people in the room, and even then I was just watching, and we're anxious anyway because,
Yeah.
it's scary, this whole thing.
Yeah. Twin A came out relatively easy. I think you only had 3 lots of contractions and on the 4th one it was just an easy push out.
Yeah, breathed him and breathed and he came out.
Yeah.
And he, it was weird, one of the doctors said, do you want a mirror? And I was like, yeah, because I could kind of see it, but not. And the midwife said, no, there's no time. And they're like, you can touch him. So I felt down and touched him, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
He's very squishy.
Just his hair, his head. Twin A came out, and then twin B was sitting transverse. And so as soon as twin A was out, they were going to do skin to skin, but then the other doctor said, no, we're going to reposition twin B straight away. So then twin B's head was here and his back was along there, and then they repositioned him down, head down. No, sorry, feet down, so breech. And then
so they call that footling breech, and the consultant guided the registrar into delivering the baby. So it was kind of weird to watch because I'm watching as someone's being taught how to do it, and I'm like, that's a bit scary. But he came out, so 4:29 and then 4:33.
Yeah.
So not long at all between.
4 minutes apart.
And straight away I got to have a cuddle with Twin B.
Skin to skin.
Skin to skin, and he was gross and purple and all the rest. And then they took Twin B
away, and they wrapped him up and started to clean him up and get him warm. By that time, Twin A was all wrapped up, so Ella got to have a hold of Twin A and have a bit of a cuddle.
They brought Twin B back over, and I got to hold them both, which was really lovely.
Yeah.
And just kind of looking, and honestly, I don't know if they look identical. They just look like
Too early
babies.
to
So I
tell.
don't know. It's weird. but he was being taken pretty much straight away, so they said have a cuddle. They wrapped him up and took him to
the PICU, so
PICU.
Pediatric Intensive Care Unit. And so I went with Twin B, and we went like on the same floor, but pretty much all the way on the other side of the hospital. From there, they did a whole range of things. So Ellen only got to hold Twin B for about 5 minutes. Within 20 minutes of Twin B being born, they had the echo on him. So they're having a look at the heart, they'll have a look at the VSD and everything else. So something that we didn't realise and that our cardiologist previously didn't tell us that they'll be doing.
No, it had been mentioned for transposition. So when we were told that baby might have transposition, it was mentioned.
Yeah.
But then the diagnosis changed, and then I think we did ask him, and he said we wouldn't need it.
Okay, so they're going to do a procedure where they'll put a stent through the umbilical cord all the way up into the heart, and then in the atriums there's a duct that while the baby's inside mum allows the heart to share blood flow between the two atriums, the left and right atrium. They're going to put the catheter in there and tear that duct a little bit bigger. So it's going to let a lot more of deoxygenated and oxygenated blood to mix. And what that's going to mean is that we thought that Twin B would be going over to Melbourne roughly 2 to 4 weeks to have his open heart surgery. It's going to now be about 2 months. And I was asking the cardiologist, like, what are the risks, a lot of stuff about the procedure, and he said, look, this is fairly routine. He goes, it's not as common, but he goes, I personally have done about 80 to 90 of these, and he goes, it's quite simple. We've
been told, actually, my mum and my sister went in there to chat to somebody, and we were told that that baby will be under anaesthetic. It's a bit overwhelming because unexpected, and he's so little. He's 2.2 kilos. Twin A was 2.5, so a bit of a difference there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So pretty much he's in PICU now.
Spot.
Yeah, you can't have
right. Oh.
36 floor.
Yeah.
This is not going to stick on.
He's not coming out of PICU until I guess he gets discharged to us.
And like we said earlier, so right now, Twin A is in the nursery in the special care unit. And so obviously that's a different nursery or different intensive care unit. So that one's just practically next door to the birthing suites here.
Yeah.
And
he's only there, he was doing well when he was keeping temperature. His sugars were good. He had a bit of a breastfeed. But then he was having trouble keeping his temperature up, so they have to, because he's premature, they have to take him and monitor him for 4 hours and make sure that he's getting warm enough.
Yeah.
And he should hopefully be coming back into the room
in the next few
me.
hours.
Yeah.
So also with Twin B, they took some bloods, but then they were concerned about his sugar levels. So they put an IV in, and then they gave him some sugar and stuff like that, and then they tested him again, and that had come back up, so that's all good.
Oh, really?
Ellen, you lost a lot of blood.
Yeah, so I think initially it was like 500 mils, and then I had a further 600 mil loss, and so they had to give me a second injection to try and stop the bleeding, and then I wasn't, so I'm still in the delivery room. I'm on a machine, I'm on a drip still, and that drip is helping my uterus to shrink down and do things, which they do when it's a twin pregnancy, because your uterus gets a lot bigger. But also because I've been bleeding, they wouldn't let me leave until the bleeding stops. So, and it has, so I should be able to, once this stops, which should be like, I don't know, half an hour or something, have a shower, and then we'll go see the babies. I'm going to try and give Twin B a feed.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we haven't named them yet. But we will name them when we get to see them. But
Yeah.
we haven't really seen them at all together.
No, I've just been ducking in between like intensive care units.
Yeah, and that's hard. Like having him in 2 different units, having me here. Like Charles is very like.
So here is still the birthing suite.
Yeah.
So in a little while, when everything sort of settles down, Ellen will go upstairs to the
Postnatal ward. And I should be in, well, I'm definitely in tonight, but tomorrow night I would say as well. And then we really don't know how long.
Yeah. See how things go.
It's hard, you know, having Emily at home. Jumping! Oh, careful. And today I have not seen her at all.
Yeah.
We decided that it's probably not fair on her to bring her in just to have it go pretty well quick, and I am quite restricted in what I can do.
Yeah. Because she'll want to jump all over you.
She'll want,
A cuddle.
Yeah.
This, that. She's quite rough, so.
But it's the first ever whole day I've gone without seeing her. I've had a night away from her, but this is different, so I try not to think about that too much.
So I'll be going home soon, and
Yeah.
I'll be looking after her.
And Charles is on cuddle duty, so. And then, you know, tomorrow hopefully we're feeling a bit fresher and find out what's going on with our babies, and it's still a lot unknown, I guess. We don't know, but everyone's so good. Like the midwife, she's, you know, going to make sure I get to see them, because he Twin B will have to fast, so I have to go and give him a feed before they won't let him anymore.
Yeah, all the staff here that we've had today have just been amazing.
Yeah, and everyone is very encouraging and fantastic what they do, and just making us feel really reassured.
Something else that we haven't mentioned, we had Ellen's Auntie Wendy in with us today, and Auntie Wendy was Ellen's midwife for Emily. So when she reached out and said, look, you know, if you want me there, don't want me there. And it was nice having her here as a support person.
And she just, so Auntie Wendy is not my actual auntie, but I've known her my entire life. And she's my auntie. She looks after us, and she, you know, we just chatted, and it was a distraction, and it was really lovely to have her here. But also she helped with, you know, lots of things.
Yeah.
I don't even know. She just helped. It was wonderful.
She just filled the gap wherever they needed her.
Yeah, and you know, helped me through pushing the babies out full on. Very full on experience. Apparently, I did it very well and concentrated very well, but I felt like I didn't have a clue what I was doing. But you know, they're here now, and it's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Looking forward to a shower and feeling human, and they let me eat, which is awesome. Shared a hospital meal with Charles.
Yeah. Because you haven't ate since they put the epidural in, and what time was that?
Well, I had toast at like 6 o'clock this morning, and that was it. So Charles was very good though. He didn't go off for lunch or anything.
Alrighty. So from here, we're just waiting for this trip here to finish, and then Ellen's gonna have a shower, and then we'll go around and see the babies. So guys, what's happened from there is Ellen and I went round to the PICU, the Pediatric Intensive Care Unit. We got to see Twin B. Ellen got to have a bit of a hold. She tried to do a bit of feeding, but he wasn't taking to it just yet. I got to have a little bit of a hold, and we stuck around for a while, and then we went round and saw Twin A in the SCBU special intensive care unit, and he was just about ready to be discharged. So he got discharged in our care, and by then they moved Ellen from the birthing suites up to postnatal ward. So they had her room all ready to go. So we were able to take twin A up to the postnatal suite. And get settled into her room. Ellen was able to establish more feeding with twin A. And for me, I have to go home because I've got to look after Emily tonight. And I'll be back here bright and early in the morning for twin B's little procedure. So guys, we're going to call the vlog there for today. So if you're pregnant with twins, if you're a parent of a heart kid, or you're just interested to see what we have going on, look out for the upcoming videos. Better yet, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Now guys, if you want to donate to Heart Kids, we'll have the link in the description below, because they do some great work for some families and some heart kids around Australia. So guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, they're doing alright.
Yeah.
Gonna go see them soon.
Yeah.
Once this stops.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. And do you have a boy or a girl?
Sam,
Nip slip.
Oh. The best kind. So guys, where do we start?